Hey, what's up guys? What's going on? FBA Bros here, Miguel and Isaiah, and today we're going to be going over basically our private label case study. This is week number 2. We did week number 1 last week, so go ahead and check that video out if you haven't checked it out. And pretty much what we got on this whiteboard is we're going to be explaining basically our 2 private label products that we're moving forward with, and basically our product criteria, and we're basically going to go over all the data and stuff that we've been doing. So Isaiah found product number 1, so he's going to go ahead and explain on basically how he found this product and how we ended up moving forward with it.
And why we chose them. So basically, the green right here is all about our top competitor, right? So for this product, the number 1 seller, guy who sells the most, has 300 reviews. Now again, this isn't exactly under 250 like we recommend or that we wanted to follow for our first product criteria, but it was just a judgment call because everything else made a lot of sense.
Exactly.
And as I go through and explain it, it'll make sense there. But this guy's basically got 300 reviews, which isn't too bad, right? You can compete with that depending on how much the second and third top sellers are doing. This guy's average sales rank has been under 2,000 for a while now. And his listing, right? How good is this top seller's listing? It's a 1 out of 5, we think.
Yeah.
He's got like 3 crappy pictures. He or she has got like 3 crappy pictures. No bullet points, bad description. Not even an optimized title, keyword optimized title or anything.
Yeah.
And so we think this guy's listing on a scale of 1 to 5 is a 1. Which is part of the reason why we think we can take it out, and we chose this. And the category of this first product is home and kitchen. So something about this category is, I believe it is the best-selling category on Amazon. So the lower the sales rank, it has more weight than other categories, right? So 2,000 in home and kitchen is a lot different than 2,000 in sports and outdoors. 2,000 in home and kitchen is going to mean it's selling a lot more, right?
Yeah.
So this is a great category to be into if you can break through those sales ranks. And again, but also it's a very competitive category.
Yeah.
So onto the blue. The blue is just everyone else, right? So the average sales price of this, everyone's selling this product, is about $25, right? They're all in that 20 to 30 range. We're going to be pricing somewhere around there as well, somewhere around 20 to 30. So that's the average sales price. Now the average reviews is under 50. Now, really, I think it's actually a little bit less than under 50. It's probably like under 30 because there's basically there's this top dog in this product, and then everyone else is just like 20 to 30 reviews.
Yeah, and the reason we really like this product is that we can easily scoop up to second place,
right, and
then eventually move on to being the top product.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with how much the first product is selling, even if we can get 20% of the market, 25% of the market, which I think is very viable as the second best ranked seller, we're going to be doing pretty good. That's going to be a, $5,000 plus profit a month product, something like that. And then if we can get to number 1 and we get our supplier negotiations down, we get all that stuff settled, this could even be a $500 to $1,000 a day profit product, based on
based on all the data we have found. Yeah.
So average reviews, everyone, somewhere around 30 to 50. So this niche, this product niche isn't that competitive, right? You got the one top dog, and then you got everybody else fighting over the scraps. So if we can launch out of that initial sandbox of people on the bottom, which I think we can with our launch strategy, we're going to be doing pretty well. Now, for the profit breakdown, this product is not very heavy, right? But remember, we're selling this product in packs of 6.
Yeah. So
we need a lot of them. If we're going to have 80 units, right, which we have right now live on Amazon, we're going to need 500 or whatever units to put into a 6-pack for our 80 units on Amazon. So that takes up a lot of space because this product isn't very small and it's not very malleable. So it's going to take up a lot of space wherever we ship it from. So that means by air, we're only going to be profiting about $4.50, and that's after $4.50 per unit, and that's after polybagging them and shipping them to Amazon. So after everything, that's $4.50 per unit. Now, when we move to buy C, this profit jumps up a ton because C shipping for this product just makes way more sense.
Yeah.
because it is light, but it does take up a lot of space. So once we shipped it by sea, our ROI, our profit per unit goes to the roof. And this is actually more closer to 12. I put 10 in case you want to use a prep service to prep them in packs of 6 and put them in custom packaging and stuff. So I'm just accounting for when we want to expand into that, if we want to expand into that, right? We still don't know how these products are doing. This product just went live on Amazon. There's really, we're just waiting for data at this point.
Yeah, we just started the pay-per-click campaign as well.
Right.
Just an automatic one. And we're basically going to wait for a report so we can start doing manual PPC. But,
that hasn't even been running for a day at this point.
Yeah.
And we're going to get promo codes.
By the next case study, we should have a lot more data for product number 1.
Yeah, we should have sales. And this product might even, not by next case study, but this next 2 is going to be up.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, after everything, it's going to be about $10 to $12 profit per unit. And that's pretty awesome for something that's ranked, like this. So if we can break into that, this is a great product. And like I said, right now we have 80 units up. Like Miguel said, we just started PPC. It hasn't even been running a day. Mm-hmm. Our next move with this product is to get promo codes and start sending them to our friends and family. Mm-hmm. And they're going to leave us 5-star reviews and hopefully pictures of them using the product. And we're just going to start drip feeding those in there. We're going to start, seeding in 1, 2, 3 a day from our friends and family and see how that goes. And that will increase our conversion rates for PPC. So we'll be able to scale up PPC, see how that sells. And basically, if this product makes sense, we're going to order
keep on ordering some and keep on optimizing the listing and being competitive.
Right. Maybe one more by by air, and then the rest by sea, depending on how fast these sell. And we still have some work to do on this listing. The listing's not perfect. Took us not even half a day to set it up. Everything except the pictures took like an hour. Yeah. Pictures took like 2 hours. So we still got some work to do on that, and we'll be playing around with it and optimize it. And this product also has room for color and pack variations. So that's something we might get into down the line that could increase our conversion rates and get us more sales. But anyways, product number 2, Miguel found. Oh, and going over how I found this, I literally was just searching through Amazon, just clicking through. I type in a keyword into the search bar, see what came up, open a bunch of tabs, and I just manually searched through Amazon and stumbled across this. And we'll get over into more like what tools we use and how we use them and stuff. But we found both these products with completely free tools.
Yeah.
So we did not need to pay for anything. It was free browser extensions. Pretty easy. But anyways, product number 2, Miguel found, so I'll let him talk about it.
Also, going back to product number 1, though, I did want to mention that our total investment was about $900 to $1,000, so it wasn't that big of an initial investment.
Yeah.
And again, we just pulled the trigger, and we literally got this product basically from not even existing to our house into the Amazon warehouse within like a month.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take too long to.
And we were in Mexico for a week during that time.
Yeah.
So it could have been less than a month because it arrived when we were in Mexico.
Yeah. So anyway, product number 2, I'm really excited about this product. I feel like there's a lot of potential in it. I stumbled upon this product actually looking at a random ad on Facebook, and it's actually like the product is related to something I am interested in.
Did you really find it from a Facebook ad?
Yeah, it was through a Facebook ad.
I've
seen it before, but I never bothered to check it out on Amazon. And when I saw Amazon and I looked at the numbers, I was like, okay, we can definitely compete with these guys, and I really think we could take these guys out. So pretty much the number one seller selling this product has about 60 reviews, which is like very easy to get. Again, we plan on drip feeding these reviews onto the listings
from our friends and family.
Friends and family. So initially, for both products, we feel like we can get 20 up within a month, no problem.
No problem.
And us by getting 20 reviews, we're already in that ballpark, close to the number 1 competitor on product number 2. And also, there's other competitors in this product, but their listings are crap. They're not optimized at all. There's a lot of growth for, I believe, for product number 2. And pretty much, though, the product is ranked under 10,000, which is not bad for sports and outdoors. The listing of this competitor is really good, but he is the only guy with a really good listing. And we both rated his listing 4.5 out of 5.
So it's still beatable. It's beatable.
Yeah.
But it is a very good listing.
yeah, this guy has a really, he's getting the most out of as much as he can from this listing. He's
Right.
utilizing well. And also the category is sports and outdoors, so really competitive. 10K ranking. This guy actually dropped under 1,000
during quarter four.
During quarter four, so there's plenty of room and market money to be made there. Average sales. This guy is it's basically selling his product from 25 to 30, sometimes even up to 35.
That's all the competitors. It's about
Yeah.
25.
Exactly, and average reviews as a whole in this product, we put it as 25. So 25 is really nothing. We can definitely go right to that.
Right. And the number 2 guy has I think exactly 25. So
Yeah.
number 2, we can be number 2, and this number 2 guy is ranked like 12K, 13K, 14K, 15K,
Exactly, yeah.
something like that.
And his listing
sucks.
sucks.
So we can for sure be number 2 and beat number 2, I think, until we can overtake number 1 with reviews and better branding, stuff like that.
I feel like with product number 2, we can definitely make a better brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll move on to that. We'll explain more into we can the private label case study number 3. Anyway, profit. The profit per unit for this by air is actually $12. It's not bad. It's a very tiny product, very easy to ship,
Light.
around.
Super light.
Yeah, it's pretty much durable. And what we did is we ordered 100 units. We actually just ordered 100 yesterday. And
How much that cost?
it was a total of $450.
So $450 by air from China for this product. You can see how cheap that is because it is
Exactly.
so light, it is so small, and our FOB cost, right? What it costs us to produce, it's not that much.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, so that's pretty much product number 1. Number 2, is there anything that we're missing?
No, and again, this might go down depending on if we do, branding, packaging, and whatnot. Oh, we actually we're putting an insert into this product, and our company did it for free. So they're putting a free little simple paper insert. It's just instructions and a little bit of branding on it. Super simple. We made it in 5 minutes in Canva. Didn't overthink it. Just went for it, and they put it in for free. So we still might play with the packaging and stuff, brand that. So
We're definitely got to work on the branding aspect.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to differentiate us from our top competitor. And pretty much, we also down the line we want to include an ebook for this product, which is interesting, and we want to look into that.
We think it'll help a lot too.
Definitely, yeah. So that's basically product number 1. Number 2, again, product number 2 is about $420 to get 100 units, and pretty much send it out to Amazon and experiment and get some numbers back. So that's not much of an investment.
Not that big of a risk, and I
Yeah.
guarantee we will break even on these eventually. I don't think we're gonna lose money on either of these.
Yeah.
Also, something to mention with these 2 products: very low failure rate. Right? Neither of these things have too many moving parts.
Yeah.
Neither of them are electronic. There's just not a lot of ways these can break. They're durable. They don't get, they're just not being used in ways that could be broken, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
low failure rate. Just something to keep in mind when choosing your first private label product. And that's a good transition.
Yeah. That moves on to first product criteria. So these are kind of simple criteria of what we look for in a product. And if you're trying to get started in private label, you can kind of get an idea of what we looked into in order to pull the trigger on these 2. So reviews under 250
For the top product.
For the top product.
The best-selling product.
That could be arguable again, but again, for the person who just wants to get into this, that doesn't have too much capital, you can definitely compete with people who have 250 or below. No problem.
You're not going to beat them if you're your first private label product, but you're not going to lose money, and that's what's important. Because you're going to learn a whole lot from launching your first private label product.
Yeah.
So you can do a second one better.
Exactly.
And if these are kind of the criteria we would follow for our first one again. So number 2, W stands for weight. You don't want a super heavy product because it's going to cost a lot in shipping. It's going to drive your profit margins down.
Yeah.
So the kind of general area is under 2.5 pounds and not large. Remember, this, like I said, this product is light, but it's kind of big. So shipping that's where the shipping gets eaten up by air. And by sea, that's solved, so it's not a big problem. But just try to keep the weight under 2.5 pounds and just make sure it's not too large, right? And what is too large? You know, you want to be able to hold it in two hands, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anything bigger than that, if you got to be like this or like this, it's going to cost a lot to ship by air.
It costs a lot to ship by air and also a lot to ship to the Amazon warehouse. And
Exactly.
then Amazon fees are only going to be higher, especially if it's an awkward shaped product.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
Amazon fees is a good thing to mention.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sitting in their warehouse, they charge you. So you're going to want something small, pretty much.
Yeah, at least to begin with.
Definitely.
Yeah. So also for the price, we're looking for products that we can sell on Amazon for $10 to $30. Pretty much that's a green light zone. You don't want something that's too cheap because usually it's also really saturated, and also the fees that Amazon's going to charge you per transaction is going to eat up a lot of your profits.
You're just not going to make that much money with this cheap product.
Exactly, yeah. And then also up to 30 because pretty much you want something that people could just buy without really doing too much research and overthinking it.
Yeah.
Exactly, an impulse buy. So something that they're not really investing too much of their, their own money. So, up to 30, and also supplier.
Basically, the supplier with the happy face is you just want to make sure. There's a lot that goes into this, right? This isn't as simple as we're making it sound. There's a lot of research that goes into this, and you're going to be making a lot of decisions. And this is kind of simplified, right? You want your supplier just to be good to communicate with. If you're ordering from Alibaba or DHgate, you want them to be a gold seller, right? You want them to have pictures of their factory. You're going to want them to have, just vet them. In your communications with them, if it sounds like they're being shady or they don't want to give you information, right? That would be a red flag. Now, there is communication barrier, right? The people you're going to be speaking to from Alibaba, DHgate, they don't speak perfect English all the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So sometimes things get lost in translation. Mm-hmm. But in general, your suppliers should be doing everything they can to help you buy as much of their product as possible. Now, what does that mean? That means when you ask them a question, they get back to you within 24 hours. That means if you ask for pictures, they send you pictures.
Yeah.
They're just cordial, they're respectful, and it's just, they're as easy as possible to work with.
Exactly. They're willing to work with you.
They're willing to work with you, yeah.
So, also, too, what I'd recommend is check for a little star badge that Alibaba assigns to manufacturers.
The gold star, yeah.
Basically shows them that they're veterans and that they're a trusted manufacturer by Alibaba. You can actually do that on the filters when you're searching for a manufacturer.
Right. So when you search for a manufacturer, just use those Alibaba filters. Don't even consider for your first product, especially ones that don't have a gold star, ones that don't have information about the factory, stuff like that.
And stay away from that. And but yeah, pretty much just find a supplier that is responsive, because that's what it is. A big thing we've noticed. Definitely a responsive supplier that can work with you.
And think about it. When your supplier responds in 24 hours, that's going to cut down the time you can launch your private label product by a lot. Say they respond, you're talking to someone, they respond every 3 days. It's going to take you 3 times as long to launch that private label product, because you guys are going to go back and forth a lot, and because of the time difference, it's pretty much going to be 12 to 24 hours between each response, unless you're up during, strange hours of the night messaging Chinese suppliers. But if you're on a normal schedule, it's pretty much going to be 24 hours between each question. So you're going to want people who respond to you quickly.
And also, we just wanted to provide some tools, basically how we found our product label products. First one was Jungle Scout Estimator, big help. You want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, sure. This is basically a free tool on junglescout.com, and they have a lot of free private label resources and tools. Jungle Scout is a really good product, right? But even if you just go to the website and use their free tools, you'll get a lot of value from them. So the Estimator is basically, you can type in a sales rank for each different category, and that will bring up the estimated monthly sales. Now, of course, it's not perfect, but when considering private label products, it's going to give you the idea of your potential monthly profits, right?
Exactly.
It's going to give you a range you can work with. You're going to just have a little more information. And it's a completely free tool, and it takes like 10 seconds to do. So why not?
Yeah, and a lot of people in the industry are using this tool as well.
Exactly.
So it's working in some way or another. Unicorn Smasher as well. It's an extension that you can download on your Google Chrome. It's actually created by Amazon Tracker.
AMZtracker.com.
Yeah, AMZtracker.com, and pretty much it gives you an estimate of also how many sales that product is making, how many units they're pushing. So definitely very helpful when you're trying to look for a product, because you want to know you want to know the numbers, and this extension will bring up all the data you need, and also it actually compare all the Amazon listings on that page that you're looking at, and basically show them on a graph, and right there you're able to see all the numbers in front of you of that specific keyword or product you typed in.
And again, this extension for Chrome is completely free. And again, it is not completely accurate, but it will give you enough data to work with. Now, we use the free extension, to find these products. However, we did just buy Amazon Tracker to help us just with our private label products, basically.
Yeah.
And so that we got a lot more we get a lot more tools when you buy that, but this is great for finding your first private label product. And like you said, basically when you click on it, it just brings up, you go to an Amazon page, right? And you bring up a product. Say you type in, watches. Whatever comes up on there, you click the extension, and it'll just bring up all those watch listings and compare sales price, reviews, gross revenue,
the ranking,
a bunch of other metrics, and you can even organize it on there, and it's really just a very useful tool. Now, Jungle Scout also makes a similar extension, which is supposedly better, but, for your first product, just start looking at stuff. Just start doing research.
And also, I feel like with the combination of all these free tools, you can really get a good, a good idea of if you want to go with the product or not. And that goes into Keepa. Keepa's really cool. I think it's probably one of my favorite tools. We use it a lot too in the book business.
Yeah, if you not have Keepa for listing books, you're not listing books correctly.
Yeah, and pretty much Keepa will bring up a chart, and it'll show you the fluctuations of the sales rank throughout from year to the beginning of time from that product to up to where it is now. So depending on the ranking, you can kind of get an idea of how many sales this product is making, and especially if it's a very low ranking, you basically see the whole history of the ranking, and you can get an idea of if that product is selling.
Right. And on some products you can't see until the very beginning because of the limitations of the Amazon API, but it's the only tool that lets you see as far back as you can. So it's completely free. Again, this is an extension. Very useful. We'll probably make a video explaining in depth how to use it for the book game and how to read the data it says, because this is probably one of the most valuable, if not the most valuable tool we use in the book selling game, besides maybe the scanning app.
Private label, and also even online arbitrage. This is really popular for that.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in the Amazon game, you're probably going to be using Keepa. An option also is Camel, but this is just easier because it's Chrome extension.
And also FBA calculator, you could it's on Amazon.com, right? And
there's an Amazon one. There's a bunch of free ones out there. There's even some free spreadsheets floating around. We basically just use that to calculate our initial Amazon fees, our initial profit per unit, what we'd be making. And again, it's just a rough estimate because, once we submitted these to Amazon, we found out our fees were a little higher.
Yeah.
So this said, for example, $5 fees, but once we sent them in Amazon, it was $8. Not that much though.
For product number 1.
Oh yeah, the fees on this were $8.
Yeah.
So I think actually when we first sent it in, the estimation was $750. That was our estimated fees. Once we sent it in, it was $820 something. So a little bit of a jump, but not enough to throw off your whole math.
It keeps you in the ballpark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like I said, tons of free spreadsheets online. Amazon has their own FBA calculator. If you just Google that, you'll find a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
What else?
So so pretty much we got, again, paperclip running already for this one, just automated. We just ordered 100 units of this that we're going to send to the warehouse. And also, guys, we haven't invested any branding too much onto it yet. We haven't added any logos to it, nothing like that. Right now, these products are generic.
Quick and dirty.
And then if we do see the numbers, then obviously we're going to invest more, build it bigger, and take out these guys on top.
So we might even end up going with these products.
Yeah.
These are just our initial orders, and we're going to get data. But we think we found some winners here.
Definitely, yeah.
So it's going to be cool, by next week's case study, because we do these every week. We release them on Saturday, so subscribe if you're interested in following the journey. But by next week, we're going to have for sure some sales on this one. 100% we're going to have sales on this one. And we're going to see how fast it's selling. Maybe we start selling 3 a day. We think we've beaten 85 to 90% of the listings on there. And, even the listings with 10, 15 reviews, they're probably selling 2 or 3 a day. So by next week, we might be at that point, and then we'll decide, where you want to go from there. But we just started PPC. We're going to start drip feeding reviews, and by next week, we'll have sales for you guys.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it, guys.
Yeah.
If there's any questions or comments or anything, just drop it down below.
Do you guys like the whiteboard?
Yeah. Do you guys
we
like
worked really hard on this to bring this to you. Like I said, because we love you. We know you don't want to see 2 guys just talking in the car. So we got some visual representations just to prove our points a little better.
Yeah.
So if this is good, if you guys can see it, if you guys like it.
If you guys like the style, please let us know.
Let us know, because we're new to this whole YouTube thing, but we're trying real hard to give you good content.
Yeah, we want to provide some good content. So, yeah, that's it. If you like this, go ahead and subscribe. And also, if you think that this will be useful to any friend or family member who also wants to do a side hustle or get into private label or even into book selling, go ahead and share this to them too, if you think this could provide value for them.
Right, and in case you're stumbling upon this video, our first business was Amazon book selling. That's what we did for 8 months. That's what we got all of our capital for, to quit our jobs and start private labeling. And we do that part-time. We go to our best sources every week, get not too many books like we used to, but we still only spend an hour and get like $500 profit with the books at certain places, stuff like that, while we focus on our private label and personal branding plans with Instagram and YouTube. So that's kind of like our little backstory.
So yeah, that's it, guys. FBA Bros checking out. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Peace.